Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. I'm outside at a public library. This is really the most beautiful library. It has an outdoor gazebo with a flower bed, and it's just beautiful. But I'm out front, and you can see the plants behind me. It has a cafe. Do you believe that? A cafe that serves sandwiches and all kinds of things. But anyhow, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up because sometimes I know that you can't hear me. So give me a thumbs up and let me know you can hear me and I'm alive and well. Um, in case you missed the first part, I'm at the public library, a public library. There's another public library that's not far from here that has a balcony. Okay, Jesse, could you go get my glasses, please? My reading glasses, and then lock it. Thank you. But it has a ocean view. Do you believe that? A library with a balcony with an ocean view. Maybe I'll do a live from there. But anyhow, okay, I see thumbs up. You all can hear me. Hey, Simply C says, hi, Lisa D's Delights. I enjoy your channel too. Hey, Lisa D is in the house. I had reached out to Lisa D to see about doing a cooking segment for Mother's Day, but I just couldn't get it all together. I'm doing this series on exit plans. So, traveling all around doing interviews for that, I just wasn't able to. But Lisa D, I am going to hit you up because I do want to do another cooking segment with you. Lisa D is a fabulous cook, and I want to do maybe some budget gourmet with her. Because she's really a gourmet chef, but maybe we can do some budget gourmet. So we'll see about doing that in upcoming series if Lisa D is on board with it. Anyhow, I see Janice Williams is in the house. Hey, Janice, keeping up with Colorado says hello to Adele. Hello, keeping up with Colorado. Adele says I love libraries. Hey, the Connection Center. Um, During the summer when I was growing up, we were really poor. And I'll tell you the one place that we could go and spend hours, my brother Donald and I would go to the library and we would be there for hours. We would sign up for all those summer programs where you get little prizes for reading books and everything. And so both became avid readers, and his daughter is also an avid reader. Jessica, not so much, but yeah, reading just opens up a whole new world, doesn't it? But I say, hey, Turtlegram, I can hear you. Thank you for letting me know. Keeping up with Colorado says RV park was awesome. Wasn't that awesome? Oh my gosh. I did two. I did a very small one that was, and I'm going to jump away from the comments. So I'll be back. If I don't get your comment, could you add it again? And I will, thank you, Jessica.
Yes.
I will come back. But I did a small RV park that was owned by a gentleman named Doug, and it has only 7 spots. It's a seasonal park, but it's very intimate, in a residential area. Then I did the mid-sized one that's owned by Devin. And isn't Devin just a sweetie? I mean, he really obviously cares about his tenants. And while I was there, a tenant came over and said, oh, I'm having a problem with the air conditioner. He immediately grabbed the maintenance guy, said, let's go over and get this fixed, get this taken care of. And I mean, he was just on the spot, so he was doing business as I was interviewing him. But just a sweet, sweet guy. Hi, Kenneth Bailey says, my favorite lady. I always have thumbs up for you. Thank you, Kenneth. That reminds me, put thumbs up if you don't have one. Hit that thumbs up button to give me a like. It really helps. But so that park was a little different because not only did it have lots for rent, but it also had rigs from trailers to mobile homes to fifth wheels that belong to the park that you can rent, and some starting, including that one I showed, 450, I think it was around 450, including the lot rent, the rig rent, and your own, and include electricity. So I thought that was a heck of a deal, and an owner like Devin who lives on the property. But anyhow, next week I'm planning on bringing the last of the RV parks that I visited, and this is a larger one, and it has more amenities. So if someone is looking for more amenities, like a big shower house, a community center that's air conditioning, but anyhow, you'll see it. I'm going to bring it on this week's Financial Fridays. And then I'm going to bring some other options. And so stick around for Financial Fridays. There's still a few more episodes in this series of Financial Fridays. So, anyhow, let me get back over to the comments. Hey, Jill Wiggins says, hello, Miss Carol. Hi, Jill, how are you? Hey, Judy, my friend, says, hey, from sunny California. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Judy, for that reminder. Susie Sunshine. Hey, Susie Sunshine, says, hello, Carol and Globies. Hello. Hey there, Topi, you're a OG, an original Globie. Janice Williams says, where are all the monitors? I don't know. I don't know where everyone is, but keeping up. Miss Net. Hey, Miss Net says, hi, Carol and my Globies family. How are you doing, Miss Net? Good to see you. Chef Santa Cooking Travels. Hey, Chef Santa says, okay, I can't stay. Just stopped in to say hello. God bless you all and have a good week. Maybe next Saturday I'll be able to be there. That's great. Thanks for stopping in, Chef Santa. I appreciate it. Adele is saying hello to everyone. Janice is saying, I hope his tenants really appreciate what he's doing for them. I think they do. You know, I met a couple of his tenants and I asked them if they, oops, I have something on my screen here. I hope it doesn't show up. But I asked them if they liked being there, and they were all just delighted. They loved being there. But unfortunately, they didn't want to be on camera because it would have been nice. And a couple people in the comments mentioned we would love to see or meet some of the tenants. I would have liked to have introduced them, but maybe next time. I plan to go back when the season starts and the barbecue place is open and he's got everything, some of the shops going that he's planning on doing. He's really planning on doing a lot. Hey, Travel Dreamer 46 says, thanks for this series. I just thought, with all the people that I meet who tell me they don't have an exit plan, I thought maybe this is something that really is needed. So, ergo, I did the series. Linda Bishop says, I like your channel, honey. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate it. Lucia Mary says, hi to everyone. Hello, Lucia. Janice says, Judy, isn't it painfully hot up in Pasadena this weekend? I bet it is because it's pretty warm down in San Diego County, and we're usually pretty moderate temperature. Hey, Fee, my good friend Fee is in the house. Hello, Fee. Spent some time up at her place not too long ago. Beth Shannon. Hello, Beth. How are you? Oh, I see everyone saying hi to Tim, so I guess Tim is in the house. Hello, Tim. From Mo. Oh my goodness, Mo Bang for your bucks. My brain doesn't always work that well, but hopefully it'll get back. Hey there, Raykin1 says, great series. Thanks for posting. Oh, I'm so happy people are enjoying it and people seem to really be getting some value out of it. And that's really what I want to do is bring value to my channel. Trice O says, hello, Miss Carol. I've been subscribed to your channel for a while. This is my first time typing your live. Hello, thank you. I'm so glad you came in out of the weeds and came in to say hello. Speaking of, hey, Sharon Spivey, say hi, Shay's Way here. Oh, hello, Shay's Way. Good to see you. Hey, Red Riding Hood is in the house. Hello, Red. How are you doing? And Janice says, Judy says, yes, Janice, it's pretty hot up in Pasadena. Stella's Got It is in the house. Hello, Stella's Got It and Simply C. Oh, I see you got a lot of regulars and some new folks too. Sylvia Torres. Hello, Sylvia. Says, hello, Carol. Really enjoying the Financial Friday series. Thank you. Globie's big hugs from New York. Feel better soon. Thank you, Sylvia from New York. If you're the first time in the house, can you put up a number 1, so we could all acknowledge you as a newbie in the house? You may not be a new Globie, but you're newbie to the house. And we how we all show out, Globies. We like to show up and show out for our newbies and say hello. So can you, if you're number 1, if you're a first time in the house, we really want to greet you. Kenneth says, enjoyed that interview. Looking forward to that future interview. Yeah, I have one coming up this Friday. It's at a larger RV park, as I said, and I think you'll enjoy it too. It's a little bit different. May not be for everyone, but I wanted to give, who is that says, hi, Carol and Globies. Thanks again for outstanding Financial Friday show. Great RV. I missed you. Can you come back and say your name again so I can give you a shout out? Filu says, took care of my exit plan, bought land. That's what I'm talking about. And we're going to dig into that a little bit more on this live. But I just wanted to say hello to everyone. Lori Nelson, Allen. Hello, Lori Nelson. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, Delvy Larkin. First time. Everyone saying hello to Delvy. Keeping up with Colorado. Okay, hey Delvy, hey, keeping up with Colorado. Any more number ones? Did I miss anyone? I want everyone to say hello to Delvy and keeping up with Colorado. Welcome them to our live. Carmen Kirschner, have I seen you in here before, Carmen? Maybe I have. My memory is not that good, but hello, Carmen. Hello. Tumblebug. Hello, Tumblebug. Anyone who's new, can you give a number one? Again, we want to welcome you all because we love you and we're so glad you're here joining our family. Also, for those of you, hey, Benson Speed Shop. Okay, is that Benson Speed Shop? Is that it sounds like it'll be something that might deal with motorcycles or bikes or something. What is that? And where are you located? Benson Speed Shop is saying hello. Um, who else is in here? Oh, Outdoor Dash Travels. Hello, Lisa. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello. She's saying hello to Delvy and keeping up. Hello, hello. I'm looking, I think I see a number one. Michael McDonald saying hello to Adele. Hi, Michael McDonald. Welcome, welcome. You guys go over and say hello to Michael. We want to say hello. All right, Joy Route, hello, driving and listening. Be careful though. If you have to turn it off, it's okay, Joy. I want you to stay safe. That's Frankie from Joy Route. And she has a channel. So go on over. We're going to Cats Goldies. Hello, Cats. Oh my goodness, Cats Goldies. Cats was someone that I interviewed. She raises golden retrievers and she has some beautiful golden retrievers. I did a interview with her and she was a recent widow who lost her husband tragically to health problems. And Cats Goldies is a nomad, first time as a nomad, as a widow, trying to figure out how to drive her trailer. I mean, it was a whole completely new learning experience. Lisa V says hello. Oh, one hello, Lisa V. Say hello, number one. This first time Lisa V in the house saying hello, beautiful people. Love your channel, Carol. Thank you. I'm not fast enough to read the whole thing, but Lisa V, say hello and greet Lisa V. Uh, Benson Speed Shop. I'm sorry that comment went by so fast. You were saying something about your speed shop. Can you come back in and enter that again? I am not that fast to talk, to read, to talk, to read. I'm not a good multitasker, but I'd love to hear more about Benson Speed Shop. Judy says, don't tell Carol about going fast. She has a lead foot. I do not have a lead foot. Wait a minute. Now, you got to keep this in perspective. Judy drives like a snail, okay? So to her, anyone going over 50 miles an hour is a speed demon. Just saying, just saying. And as long as you're calling me out, Judy, I'm going to call you out too. Now, we took a trip together. Judy is my very good friend, and we have great fun on our camping trips together. But Judy, you have to admit, you stop every 10 minutes. I'm exaggerating, but I like to get from point A to point B, and I might stop once. Driving from here all the way to San Francisco, I might stop once. Judy would stop 20 times. So we're a little bit incompatible in that way, but we have a great time when we get there. So I did call you out, Judy. I know she's going to come back and hit me with something because Judy is pretty witty. Miss Net is saying hello, hello. Everyone's saying hello. Stella Scott is saying hello. Simply C says, hello, Lisa V. Welcome. Congratulations on retirement. Oh, Lisa V, you retired. Tell us a little bit about that. You will figure everything out as you go. Oh, I'd love to hear a little bit about that. Kenneth says, LOL, I want more of this. Oh, you want more of me spilling the tea, huh? Well, maybe I'll call this spilling the tea on nomads and campers. But Judith says, yes, you said that right. Not every 10, every 20. Okay, all right. I did exaggerate. It wasn't every 10, it's every 20. Oh my goodness, but we do have a great time. Stella's got it, is saying hello to Red Riding Hood. Benson Speed Shop. Okay, I'm going to read this now since it's at the bottom. I'll be able to do it before it goes off. working on my 49 Packard right now. Oh my gosh, I love, love, love classic old cars. Then our Class C is up next so that I can go hang out with my brother Tim. Oh my goodness, where are you, Benson's Speed Shop? Um, and oh, 49 Packard. I've got to ask you, you got to let me do a tour of you with that 49 Packard when you get it done. I really want to see that. Oh my goodness. Tim is laughing. He's saying Judith is cautious just by observation. Yes, Judith is very cautious. I think I'm kind of cautious, um, but I can also be pretty adventurous too. But Judy's laughing. She is right. Yeah, I am right. Everyone's agreeing. Vincent's Stella's got it. Says yes, they went up an additional 605. 605, is that on rent? I wouldn't be surprised because from what I'm hearing, rents are jumping up hundreds, even thousands. Oh my God. Joanna Davis, hello, says, hi, Carol. I'm not a nomad yet, but I'm learning more and more. So when the time comes, I will be ready. Thanks for all good messages. Thank you all thank you for all good messages. I am so glad to hear that. Oh my goodness. You know, every time I get on a live, my nose starts to run. I don't know what it is. I think it must be psychological or something, but it always happens. And of course, Jessica's not here, so I'm going to have to use oh, my face cloth. But that's okay. I can always wipe it off, wash it off. But excuse me, I am sorry, but I don't know what happens. I get thirsty. Two things happen. My nose starts to run, and I get thirsty every time I get on a live. Now, can anyone tell me, is there a connection there or what? I don't know. I don't get it. But anyhow, uh, Stella says yes. They went up an additional 605. Can you explain what that 605 was, Stella? It's got it. Jean Marlene, hello, says thank you for all you share with us. Oh, you're welcome. Keeping up with Colorado says I think part time is a good option for seniors. I think it is too. I'm part time. I have a home base, a home, and honestly, I think this is like truly ideal. It's the best of both worlds. And I'll always keep a home base because I have a special needs daughter, as most of you know. But you know, I go on the road. I can stay as long as I want. I can enjoy myself, be out. But if I have to come back home to a doctor's appointment, I don't have to try and figure out where I'm going to park. Come back, take care of all my business. I know people who are on the road and they go back home maybe for 3 months a year, 1 month in maybe the summer, 1 month in or 1 month in the fall, 1 month in the winter, 1 month in the spring. Take care of business, get their taxes done, that type of thing. I think it's ideal, but also, if you just want to be full time, I think that's great too. I know so many people who are really, really happy. And I've been accused of glorifying van life. I don't glorify it. I interview people and I share how they're feeling about it. If they're feeling that it's the pits, that it's horrible, that they can barely stand it, I would share that. I'm just really honest and I try and put out there what I come across. And if I come across someone who tells me I am miserable, I can't wait to get out of this, I will air that. So I air the ups, the downs, the good, what did they say? The good, the bad, the ugly. I try and do that. And in this series on Financial Fridays, right now with the exit plan, I am trying to air, what some options are. The options that I'm airing right now are really more for someone who has a limited income, because to be able to stay somewhere for 450, including utilities and electric during the summer when you're running your air conditioner, that is, I think that's an extraordinarily good option. Staying somewhere for 200 and some dollars a month on a lot and having to pay your own electricity, I think that's a good option. The next one I'm going to do um, is a good price, but the best price is if you do it for the whole year, then you get a great price. But one of the things that the person that I spoke with at the last RV park stated, and I thought this was very interesting, she talked about staying on BLM land for 6 months, from I think it's October till April for the $180, which is hard to beat, and then going over and staying there for 6 months during the summer where you can have electric and plug in. And I think it was maybe 350 a month. And like she made a point, if you have solar, you're not paying for electricity. So, but we'll talk about that on the next Friday, um, Financial Friday. Also, this past week, and I aired that. If you haven't seen it, that video aired this morning actually, and I was able to speak briefly with Bob Wells and Sue Ann Carlson at the um, Bring Your Own Vehicle build. It was, it has just changed the lives of a number of people. It's interesting how can I say it? How some things that we would think were so small can absolutely change someone's life. There was a lady who was crying because someone gave her a refrigerator and did a few things in her van for her. But like one person, oh, I got a hair on my nose. But like one person was telling me, they would have to stand in line for 2 hours or wait in a business 2 hours, for showers and letting everyone go ahead of them so they could stay there and plug their phone in to charge it. Someone else was saying they hadn't had electricity or been able to charge their phone in their van for 3 years on the road. I mean, so having a simple, small power source with a um, solar panel changed some people's lives completely. So that video is really interesting and it dropped this morning. So go check that out. It's about how, I think it's called Nomads, or how Bob Wells and Home on Wheels Alliance is helping nomads and changing lives, because they are one life at a time. Sometimes a complete build, sometimes just a couple of items or a few things like they did on this Bring Your Own build. But it made a, well, watch for yourself and you'll see in people's own words how this Bring Your Own build has enhanced their lives immensely. Anyhow, back to the um, comments. I see you guys are chatting away up here, and I like that. I really like that, because that means we've got a community. Tim is from Mo Bang for Your Buck, says you are not going to have enough solar to run AC in a triple digit temperature. Not unless you've got at least six, I would say 4 to 6 lithium batteries. That's what I would say to run it for even a few hours. But Stephanie, who has that schoolie bus who I interviewed, she has a um, air conditioner that she says blows like you wouldn't believe, and it's like a $300 unit. So she's trying to get it torn down so we can look at it and see exactly how it's hooked up and everything, because I think that may be the way to go. I'm even on a tour that I did when I went to Tiny Fest San Diego. I was able to look at some little tiny little campers that had, the window units that you put in an apartment or a house. They had them hooked up, and they had a vented panel on the side of the trailer that vented it out that way. And those things, you can get those for what, $250, and they don't take very much power to run. So you could run that on a fairly moderate battery bank. So I'm looking at those options. So anyhow, hey, Adele is saying hi to Barefoot. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, Barefoot. Amy speaks nature. Hello, Amy. Welcome. Janice is saying, Carmen, I think that guy Devin said it was rolled up in their rent. What was rolled up in their rent? If you're talking about the propane, he said he could add the propane to your bill, but he has propane on site, so he's able to fill your propane then. Um, Someone says, Carol, I think you are covering realistic nomad life. I missed that. I'm sorry. Come back around, would you please, whoever that was. Topi, Jim Barnaby has close to 2,000 in solar and he runs his AC. But that's not realistic for most people. I would say 99.9% people having 2,000 watts of solar is not something that's going to happen, you know. Fly fishing. Hello, fly fishing. Carmen K, Texas had several power plants go down today sources. Ooh. I'm telling you, you know what? I used to think that preppers were kind of, out there. "Ooh." I don't think that anymore. I think they're onto something. And I think even if you're in a sticks and bricks, I think you need to have an alternative power source, such as a generator, and not necessarily a gas generator, because if we can't get to gas or get gas, what good will that do you? I think we need to have solar power, an alternate backup solar power, not something necessarily that's going to run your whole house, but that could run a CPAP machine if you need to, that could run a small refrigerator, that could do some things that you have to have. Um, a nebulizer if you have asthma and have to use that. But I really think that because, I don't know that those that are enemies of the United States will necessarily do nuclear things, but I do believe that they might go um, on our grid, knock our grid out, our electrical grid, our waters, So I do think that even if you're not a nomad, I think you need to have some food put up, some water, and an alternative power source. And I also think if you're on life-saving medications like heart medication or blood pressure, I really think you need to have some of those, at least an extra 3 months supply of those. But anyhow, back over to the comments. Stella's got it says, Janice, I am in a 2-bedroom apartment. Went up from 2,100 to 2,800. Wow. Wow, Stella. That's $700 a month off of 2,100. That's 33%. Your rent went up 33%. You can't tell me that their taxes and expenses went up 33%. In my opinion, that's simply gouging. That is simply gouging to go up 33%. Oh my words. Berlinda Allen says, Hi, Nomads. My mom isn't on oxygen, and the electric company gave her a free generator last week. Where are you located, Verlinda? Because I think that that's something that people need to really look at. Seriously, they gave her, oh my goodness, that's so good to hear. God's girl, hey Stephanie. Stephanie says, You're speaking the truth, Carol. I am, and I'm not one to be a panicker or, oh, the sky is falling, but I am realistic about what the possibilities are. Joy Rout says, You are so sweet, V. Hi, Tim. Lisa V says, Retired pension savings only to find out that I can't afford anything. Long story. Uh, by the grace of my family, I do have a place to live. You know, I am, I just don't even, I'm going to, sorry folks, I have to blow my nose again. I told you every time I go on live, I have to blow my nose. I don't know what it is. Excuse me. But, so sorry about that. But, you know, I don't know even what to say. It's just, it's, it's shocking. It's appalling. It's beyond, it's beyond disquieting that you can have people who have worked their whole lives, who have been productive citizens their whole lives, who are decent people, who get to retirement age and either will never be able to retire even part-time. You have 80, I knew of an 80-some-year-old who was working full-time because they had to. I'm not saying everyone has to have, this glorious retirement, but to be able to at least afford the basic necessities like food, shelter, I something needs to change, and I don't know what it is. I'm not that smart to have the answer, but I do know that we need to collectively, as a country, look at making some changes because that is simply unacceptable. Kenneth says, "Well, I will send smoke signals to communicate with Globies." We may be doing smoke signals at some point, I'll tell you. Stella's got it says, Yes, Carol, just read. So in my van I go, So you're going into your van, Stella. What kind of van do you have? And where are you? What are your plans? Verlinda says, contact your local, oh goodness, uh Who is it says, I'm sorry, Verlinda, can you come back with that? And whoever was the truck driver, can you come back again? I'm sorry. Joy Route Frankie says it's criminal. It is. It really is. God's girl Stephanie says, I have 800 watts of solar on my bus, but thinking about getting a Jackery as a backup. You know what? I like backups, two backups, and then backups to the backup. But then, I'm just cautious. In some ways, I'm really cautious. And in that way, I am for necessities. Um, Everyone, oh my goodness, someone just was saying hello to Redheaded Riding Hood. If someone can tell me how to slow down these comments, I would love to hear about it. Anyhow, Tim says, miss that. Verlinda says, folks, I'm disabled and have to live in Mexico right now. Wow, so you're in Mexico? Are you either going or living in Mexico, Verlinda? Wow, wow. I should do, you know what? I should do I should do a series on people who had to move to Mexico. I should go down to Mexico and interview some folks in Mexico who are retiring there because they couldn't afford to retire in the United States. That's a thought. Maybe I'll do that. V. Hinton says, yes, Carol, you're so right. I want to be able to provide the basic necessities in retirement. And you should be able to. You should be able to. You should be able to receive a an amount of pension that you can live on. And then we're not talking about living in the lap of luxury, going buying Gucci this or, Fendi this, just being able to afford. Don't get me started. I went to the grocery store the other day I think, did I say this on the last, I might have said this on the last live. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I was looking at buying a few little pork chops and it was almost $13. So I'm and things that I was paying maybe say $3.99 for are now $5.99 or even up to $7 some items. How can people afford to keep up? Because clearly your pensions aren't, if you even are fortunate enough to have a pension, aren't keeping up. Judy or Janice says, I have to go back to the habits my parents had, where at the grocery store my mother would weigh out everything and also look at. Yep, yep. Candy Apple says, Evil's plan. Joy Route is laughing at Tim. Topi says, my mother has a friend that lives in Mexico now. I think we're going to be looking at some real serious alternatives. Tim says, you have to set the chat time out at the beginning on the live session. You can limit it to 10 seconds. Okay, Tim, we'll have to talk and you'll have to tell me how to do that. Mrs. S says, you couldn't pay me to live in Mexico. It is not a safe country. Well, I don't know, Mrs. S. There are some parts that are safer than others, but the problem is if you can't afford to buy food, that's not safe. If you can't afford your medications that keep you alive, that's not safe. So I don't know. I really don't know um, what the someone is talking about Vienna sausages, but it went up. Could you repeat that? Esther S says, I'm glad I was taught how to cook. Amazed how many women can't. Oh, the food pantries here in LA are great. My friend volunteers at one. They have great food, and sometimes it's even, oh wow. Fly Fishing says cheap RV. Um, oh yeah, Bob Wells bought land in northern Arizona. Speaking of that, I'm going to do a couple more comments, and I'm going to share some what may be news to you, or some of you already know this. Verlinda says, yes, food pantries are a great way. Kenneth Bailey says, if food prices still rise, just remember Carol can make cactus needles taste delicious. We may be eating cactus needles, Kenneth. It may come to that point. Oh my goodness. Janice says, I've never had any problems in Mexico. I've never had any problems in Mexico either. I really haven't. But then just like here, there's certain areas I don't go into. I just, there's certain areas here that would be very unsafe and I'd probably get mugged in. So I don't go into those areas. Linda Smith says, by now the prices aren't going to go down. No, they're not. They're going to go up if you could even get it when this summer hits and kids are out of school. Yep, yep, yep. I agree. Lisa V says, I'm finding out more and more every day that more afflicted than not. It is unacceptable. Big love to all. Yes, yes. Verlinda Allen says, if you're in Mexico, you do not go out at night. Well, I was in Puerto Vallarta. I went out at night all the time, but in certain areas, just like here, there's certain areas I wouldn't go. There's certain areas I wouldn't go into in the daytime, much less at night. And I think it's the same in Mexico. Janice says, I was in Mexico for 6 months straight. I didn't get that, Janice, but I'm assuming you didn't have any problems. V says, I eat a lot of beans, chicken, and veggies. You know what though? The chicken that I was getting for a big pack for, I think it was $13, is now $22. So even chicken has gone up astronomically. Judy was talking about bacon that she used to pay, I think maybe $6.99 for, the center cut of the bacon is now $13. So yeah, yeah. Sage says Social Security by law wanted me to pay $179 for insurance. I had to go drop I had to drop it. I never go to the doctors. I had to fight it. I had to say I was living out of my car. Wow. Wow. Uh, Lisa V says, Turtlegram, what? Forestry Forest is an inspiration now. Oh, I love Forestry Forest. I just love Forestry Forest. Silka says, yes, Turtle. Um, Forestry Forest. God's Girl says, beans and rice, baby. Fortunately, I really like beans and rice, so that's not a terrible thing, but I don't want to live on them only. Mrs. S says, tourist areas in Mexico are safe because they want the money from the tourists. The rest of it is pretty much run by the cartels, and they don't care who they kill if they think you're in the way. Well, I would say there are certainly some areas that are unsafe. I would acknowledge that. And tourist areas do tend to be safer, yes. But there are some areas that are not touristy. There used to be a channel called, I don't know if it's still on, called Retire in Mexico. It was an older woman, a senior, and her husband, and they were, talking about places that were like $350 a month, $450 a month. Utilities were maybe $12 or $15 a month, and they were living quite well. So I don't know, but it was called Retire in Mexico. Outdoor Dash Travel says Judith part timer here. Benson Speed Shop says you can also use what is called a wood gas gasifier to run any gasoline engine. That's interesting. I didn't know about that. Berlinda Allen says beans and rice for Jesus Christ. Hey, yes, I have to say. Uh, what? Adele says Foresty told his story of being kidnapped in Mexico. Oh my goodness. Well, thank goodness. Apparently, he survived it. Oh, that now I didn't hear that. Uh, Joy Route says, I love beans, love 16 bean soup. Oh my goodness. Me too. I haven't had any 16 bean soup lately, but I do like it. Paul and Teresa Lowe. Hello, Paul and Teresa Lowe. How are you? Remember that God knows what you have during all times. Trust in Him, and He will always take care of you. Show your love. Love your show. It's thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, we now more than ever we do have to put our faith in God and realize that ultimately He is in charge, not Putin, not Biden, not anyone else, not Democrats, not Republicans, but God is ultimately in charge. And everything, I had a pastor who used to say, everything that happens has to go through a God filter. So He has to allow it. He may not cause it, but He allows it. So I think this is our opportunity to get stronger in our faith, to understand and recognize what our priorities are, and to realize that family, friends, and prepare. We've been given, I think, some red flags that say that we need to start preparing for for things that may be coming ahead. I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller, so I can't tell you what's coming ahead. But I think some difficult times are coming ahead and that we need to be preparing for them. Excuse me again. I'm sorry. So sorry. It's the running nose curse for lives. Who is this saying? I know people personally that live there and there are no issues. I know whole communities. Okay, Al Cadonis. Oh yeah, to get their go to Al Cadonis to get their medical stuff because this country refuses to take care of their people. Now, yeah, medical issues and medicine here is a problem. And I have to tell you, when we were in Mexico one time, in Nuevo, what is it? It's the other side of Puerto Vallarta. It's Nuevo Vallarta, and Jessica got pneumonia. I don't know how, but she got pneumonia while we are down there. We were down there for a week stay, and we went to the hospital, and we got the absolute. But it was a new modern hospital, and one of the people, the drivers, told me that it had been built by I'm subject to even say this because I don't want to be kicked off YouTube off this live, but it was built by some people who earn their money a certain way, if you know what I mean, and that they built the best absolute hospital possibly. But well, I'm telling you, we got the best care. Jessica was in the hospital overnight. She had to be hooked up to an IV to get extra fluid. She got medications that we couldn't even get here because when I went online, they said these medications were the best for pneumonia and for what was wrong with her lungs and everything. But they don't, the insurance here doesn't pay for those medications. They gave us those medications in Mexico. The entire bill, overnight stay at a hospital, IV, two doctors, specialists came in to see her, all the medications, and they gave us medications to go home with, to take home with us. The entire bill was $400. That bill here, so there are services and places in Mexico, but again, it wasn't a tourist area. I would acknowledge that, you know. Anyhow, Verlinda says some things are cheaper, but even Mexico prices have gone out. Well, worldwide prices are going up, everywhere. Um, I'm looking, keeping up with Colorado says up, doggone it, I missed that. Kenneth Bailey says, so blessed to be here with this wonderful group of loving people. Aren't these folks the best? Anyhow, I want to ask some of you, because that's what the whole thing was on this live. What are some of your um, exit plans? I know Fee talked about her exit plan, which was buying a land and putting a trailer on it. And she is loving her exit plan, and she's living her best life. I know someone else, Camping Katie. That's a channel. She has a YouTube channel. Camping Katie is in a very, very, very inexpensive apartment right now, but she knows that's not going to last forever. So she is working at Walmart, putting money aside, looking for land, inexpensive land to buy, pay for it cash, earn enough money that to then put up maybe a container home she said she wants one of those maybe steel um, carports and attachment to it, pay for it cash, keep working, and by the time she gets ready to go and live on her land, it will be paid off in full. She will have no debt. So that's another option. I said that I was going to be talking about something, and I'm going to let me just see if anyone else has an exit plan that you want to share with us. Martin 01 says, exactly, Kathleen. Oh, I missed that. Janice says, I used to spend a lot of time near Matzalan and Cuernavaca. We used to drive up and down to TJ and point south all the time. Yummy food. Yeah, TJ is not the safest right now, I don't think, you know. But Maria says, I just bought a park model in Yuma with low lot rent, own the trailer. That's a great exit plan, Maria. That, these park models, pretty soon I think they're going to go sky high. They've already gone up a lot, but they're still affordable, and you can buy them and pay for them, and it's spread it out over a long amount of time. So your payment may only be a couple $100s a month, but you own it. The Boondock NB Hagla says, I'm planning to get land to have something in it, kind of farmstead, homestead. Outdoor dash travel says keeping my home base and renting it for 2 years while out, then return. That's a great plan. Berlinda says, I'm thinking of trading in my car for a van, not sure. Joy Route says, I want to rent land or go in with a group. Joy, hit me up because I'm going to be announcing that in a minute here. Hey, Stitch and Nomad, I've been trying to find your channel on YouTube and I can't find it. I've been trying to go over there. Stitch and Nomad, she has a Etsy shop. Go over. She makes all kinds of products. Hi, Carol. We're door dashing our way to our goals right now. What a great idea. What a great idea. Oh my goodness. That's Sedina from Stitch and Nomad. Who's that said exit plan? Delvey says, my plan is to spend first year of RVing exploring New Mexico to find the town I want to retire in. V Hinton says Boxable. Oh, V, I love those Boxables. But I hear there's like a 1 or 2 year waiting list for them. But hey, to get something that you want, but a Boxable, it comes all folded up, and then you unfold it and it's all built up. Go over and look on the Boxable. That is so cool. Oh my goodness. Who is that says purchasing? Oh, I missed that. Come back around, please, if I missed your exit plan. Sage says, Sage, come back around, please. Keeping up with Colorado says exit plan is stay part-time traveling, park near hospitals while I'll be covered in an emergency. I have family in different states. I'm planning on traveling towards where they are. That'll work if that's your plan. Ron Sees America says, "Hi, Carol. Second time here. Hi, everyone. Hello, Ron Sees America. We're talking exit plans right now. Someone I just missed, but if I don't specifically read your exit plan that you have stated, please come back and put it up again because I want to read every single exit plan that is posted here." Hi, Kathleen Klein is saying, "Hey to Ron Sees America." V. Hinton says, "Joy route I made first boxable and oh, you did. I want to hear about that. Who made a boxable? Come back around. Maybe come up and tell us about it." Um, Joy Route says, "I'm on waiting list and bought stock." Oh my goodness. V says, "Joy Route can tell you everything about Boxable. She told me." Okay, okay. Well, Joy, do you want to come up and tell us a little bit about Boxable? Keeping Up with Colorado says, "Hi, Ron." C. Rose says, "Thank you, Carol. You provide such wonderful information." I hope so. That's my goal. Hey, Nora says, "I'm staying put in my sticks and bricks." Hey, well, from what I understand, you have a lovely sticks and bricks, Nora, so I think that's a good plan for you. Sylvia Torres says, "Saving money to buy a tiny house and land, so my daughter is getting a container house." That's, oh my goodness. Okay, I am going to read a few more of these comments and I'm going to tell you what I'm planning to do. Sylvia says, "Oh, yeah, the tiny house and container house on her land." Stella Scott, it says, "My exit plan is to save 3,000 a month living in my van. Once the market crashes, I'll purchase something." And I think it's going to crash at some point, Stella. I do. I don't think it'll come all the way. I don't think it's going to be anything like happened in 2008, but I do believe that it's gonna be going down. Uh, God's girl says schooly vibes. Yes, definitely, definitely. B. Hinton says Bob Wells has me on the kick to buy a piece of property in Arizona. I'm going to do that real soon. V, I think that's a really good idea. I am also looking in Arizona. Kevin from Camper Van Kevin just bought something up near Sholo, I understand. The only thing I would, and Traveling Robert was telling me, he was, when I was on one of his lives, that he looked in the White Mountain area, which is Sholo, Vernon, that area. The only thing up there is water. There's a problem with water. If you don't have a well, you have to have your water delivered. And I'm concerned about if there's a water shortage, could I get water? So if you get a property up there, you need, I believe, to have a well. Janice says, "My parents made me a neurotic wreck about retirement that I started saving for my first job." Well, your parents did you a favor, Janice. I don't know about making you neurotic, but if they made you save so now you're better off, they did you a good job. Stitch and Nomad says, "We just got the tires put on today. Yay! And we're looking at a topper for the truck bed tomorrow. Saving up and hope to be heading west soon. We're looking into buying some land without zoning restrictions." That's the key. That is the key. Whatever land you buy, if you're going to buy land, you really need to check into what the zoning restrictions are because some places will only let you camp on there for so maybe up some it's only 30 days per year. Martin at one says, "Carol, I look for manager specials in every part of the grocery store." Me too. Me too. And I go to the parts that have been knocked, they're half off. And I when I go oh, Desert Dory says Camper Van Kevin bought in Snowflake, I believe. Oh, okay. But I know it's in that general area. Topi says there will be a water shortage in Arizona. I believe there will be, Topi. I will be. I'm going to stop for a minute and I'll have to come back to the comments. Here's my plan. I've talked to a couple of people and we've talked about going in together to buy some land. I'm still going to keep my home base, but I would like to buy a piece of land anywhere from maybe 2 to 5 acres. And I would like it to be something where the restrictions would allow me to put up a container home, maybe a shed, conversion shed, some pads where people could come and have electric meters, and maybe just some places where people could come and just dry camp. And I would like to have somewhere where people that I know could come if they needed to have some place to stay. That is really my goal. And, just of course, people have to be very vetted, and it'd have to be someone either I know personally or that someone who I went in with knows, or that is highly recommended and vetted because, you want to cultivate a certain or curate maybe a certain um, atmosphere, and I'd like to maybe put up like a one of those steel buildings that could be like a community kind of center, where we could all gather and, have maybe a little library. I mean, this is all fantasy now, but fantasies do become reality sometimes. And this is what I would like to do and provide maybe enough space for maybe a total of 10 nomads, including myself and whoever I go in with, to be there. We'd have a little community. I believe that's where we're going to be headed, that seniors are going to have to, out of necessity, live in community. Because I don't think one person alone is going to, well, there are people who will, but I think there will be many individuals who by themselves will not be able to afford to live a decent quality life without being in a community where people are supporting each other. I'd like to have, a little homestead where we grow some vegetables, have some chickens, have some goats for milk. I know this is all sounds like, a la dream, but I believe it can come true. And I know that there are people who've made their dreams like this come true. So that's my plan. And I actually have enlisted the services of a real estate agent, excuse me, who is looking for land for me in California. I'm going to be looking for land in Arizona, New Mexico, and maybe even Nevada. But that's what I thought, Colorado, but I don't want to be somewhere where I'm snowed in and can't get out during the winter. So those are the areas right now that I'm looking in. So I'll keep you posted, but I have an agent looking for me right now, and I'm going to get an agent in a different area looking also. So we'll look, we'll see, and I hope it's going to come to fruition. I love what what is that couple that just bought that RV park in Alabama? I love what they did, but I can't afford to buy $1 million or $800,000 property. So I'm looking for something very modest, but that can be something where I can share, you know, share the experience with other people. All right, I going back over the comments. God's girl says it will come true. I believe it's going to come true. I know it's going to come true. Del V. Larkin says there are a few organizations that have retirement RV parks for those who need to come off the road. There are some in I would say look in smaller towns, because like near the coast here, the RV parks, the lots alone for you to park on are $2,000 and above in some of these parks. I mean, that's crazy. Met a couple of young girls who were paying $2,200 a month to park in Oceanside on an RV lot. C Rose says RV Odd Squad. That's who it is. RV Odd Squad. They bought a beautiful, beautiful RV park that they have been completely revamping. And I would like to do something on a teeny, tiny, tiny scale like that. Nothing like that, but I would like something. And they have water on their property running through streams. I really, that is the one requirement. I have to have water of some sort, either a well or a stream, something where if things go the way that I believe they're going to go and water is going to be worth as much as gold, I want to have my own water source. Miss Lady says, "Hi, Carol, I'm a newbie. Oh my goodness. Uh, could you come back around? You're talking about the chicken in a crock in a pot. Oh my goodness." Marta one says, "No bean soup for me. Had it too much as a child." Oh, Jean says Tehachapi, California. I know someone I used to work with years ago who moved to to Tehachapi and got some property there. Oh yeah, Charlie Gray says Thunder Canyon in Alabama. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, and it's a lot of expense. I don't have those kind of assets. So Boondock NB says, oh, I missed that. Um, Paul and Teresa Love says, love that idea. It is something we think about. Temecula, California has land like that, and sharing it with a homestead mindset, the community can help you realize and care for it. Temecula does have some beautiful property like that, but it is pretty expensive in Temecula. Now, there is a place, if you go just past Temecula, I think it's Orenga or something, but it's up the mountain a little bit on the way to Palm Springs, there are some properties up there that I think might be more affordable. Uh, Marie Lambert says Mercedes and John. Yes, yes, odd couple at Thunder Canyon. Uh, Red Riding Hood is saying hello to Jody Z. Hello, Jody Z. I didn't see you sneak in here. The Boondock says on the site you can find owner self finance cheap down payments. Yes, on Land Moto, I think it is. Land Moto, and there are a couple of others. Yes. Kathleen Klein says just remember property of any size requires upkeep. That's true. And no restrictions can change with whoever is in state office. That is true. But hopefully, if you're on a property, V. Hinton says high desert. Yes, that's where I was looking in the high desert. Um, Hopefully, if you're on a property, hey, Stephanie Simmons Asharobi says, Carol, good to see you. Good to see you too, Stephanie. Says, I'm hoping that if you buy a property, and even if the guidelines change, that you would be able to be grandfathered in, because that's what often happens. C. Rose says, Carol, you will find the land that is just perfect for you. I do believe I'm going to. I do believe. Martin, it says, I'm 70 and grew up hard times, so so if they come again, I will make it. I'm gonna tell you something. I look at kids like Jessica who have never really had to struggle, and I look at how me and my brother grew up, and some of these kids, I think having to struggle as a kid, I think has made us much more resilient. I've been for. So it doesn't scare me to the idea of having to have little. It doesn't frighten me. But you wonder, did you do your kids a service or a disservice providing them with so much? I wonder that because I talk with another friend of mine, and we talk about a family that we knew that was really, I mean, this is a rough family, but all of those kids have grown up to be very resilient, strong, resilient adults. And I just have to wonder if going through hard times as a kid doesn't do something that makes you more able to take a blow, financial or lifestyle or whatever, as an adult, and stand back up and shake it off. Whereas some of these kids, it would knock them out and they'd be down for the count. I don't know. There's no manual for parenting. You just do the best you can, I guess. Anyhow, Kathleen Klein says, Carol, being grandfather in only lasts until some developer with a lot of money wants the property. Yeah, going up against a developer with a lot of money would be a challenge, that's for sure, Kathleen. Turtle Graham says, oh, I didn't see what the rest. Sorry. V. Hinton says, struggling as a kid builds character. I believe it does. I really believe it does. I'm going to have a couple of announcements. Of course, I share them with my Globies first. I'm going to start something that I don't know that I'm going to start it this Monday because I don't know if I can get ready. I might have it, but I'm going to start doing some videos while I'm driving around doing things, and just a straight talk from the heart. And I'm going to call it Straight Talk from the Heart or Motivational Mondays. What do you guys think? Should I call it Straight Talk from the Heart, or should I call it Motivational Mondays? I don't think I'll do it every Monday because I probably can't get myself together. I can't, I'm not a great multitasker. So trying to get Financial Fridays off, get a tour or something up Saturday, do motivational, then do the live. So it won't probably be every Monday, but what do you think? Straight Talk from the Heart or Motivational Mondays? What should I call it? I'm going to let you guys decide. Berlinda Allen says, I'm not scared either. My children are good human beings and they worked in high school. They have a good work ethic then, Berlinda, so they will make it. Red says, I'm sorry, I missed what you said, Red. Jill says, same with my kids. Thank God I can survive due to how I've, yep. The Boondock says, hey, personally, keeping up with Colorado says, we're going to have to help the younger generation make it when it comes down to it. Okay, I'm seeing Stella Scott. It says straight talk from the heart. Nora says straight talk from the heart. Jean says straight. Oh, it looks like everyone is saying straight talk from the heart. Kenneth Bailey says, you make these days joyful in the storm. Thank you, Kenneth. Well, so far, every single person has said straight talk from the heart. All right, then, that's it. Straight talk from the heart. That's what I'm going to start doing on Mondays. Maybe not every. Okay, Tawanda says motivational Mondays. Okay. Well, Tawanda, I like that too, motivational Mondays, but so far I have about 20 straight talks from the heart and 1 motivational Monday. So maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll start out with straight talk from the heart on Mondays, and if it grows, I'll change it to another day and then do motivational Mondays. I don't know. But we're going to start out, looks like we're going to start out with straight talk from the heart on Mondays. And that's going to be by driving and talking or just standing up in my and talking. Also, I've got to make a decision here. This is going to sound crazy, but I'm going to bring it to you and tell you the truth because that's what I do with my globies. I always try to be straight with you. Excuse me. Now that I have Globie 2, Glowmobile 2, I should say, okay, here's the deal. I am finding that I had to drive Glow 1 the other day, and I'm like going back and forth. I'm thinking, should I keep Glow 1? Here's the thing. When I got back in Glow 1, I hadn't been in Glow 1 for over a month since I bought Glow 2, Glowmobile 2. I was just so happy. I mean, I just was just so joyful when I was in it. I was looking around. I thought, I just love Glowmobile 1. I love it. The problem is in Glowmobile 2, it's a lot cooler. It is a lot cooler inside. They did a lizard skin type of insulation. I had always wondered about that lizard skin, but I'm going to tell you, it is working in Glowmobile 2. Also, it's white, not dark gray, almost black. So it is a lot cooler. So I'm liking that, but I'm just liking the aesthetic inside of, my cabinets and my, I don't know. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll keep the 2 and have that, put that on my property and have that as somewhere people could rent and come stay. I don't know, but that's an awful expensive rental item. I could sell that and put up 5 rental units. But anyhow, so those are things. Sage says, add both things together. Arcuda says, yay. Uh, Red Riding Hood says, straight talk from the heart sounds good. I think someone else has motivational Mondays. That one sounds, well, I know someone has mental health. I know Crystal Vanner had mental health Mondays, but I'll check and see if someone else has motivational Mondays. But you know what? I don't even want to take a chance. If you think someone else has it, straight talk from the heart. That's it. We're going with that. Paul and Teresa Love says straight talk from the heart allows you to change your days to fit your schedule. That's a good point. That's a excellent point. I didn't think about that. Good point. Uh, Mo Bang says, and it's white. Yeah, Glowmobile 2 is white. Verlinda Allen says, well, you better stay in the cool one. I know this is a hard decision. Turtle Graham says, straight talk from the heart really sounds like you are coming from a very loving space. Thank you, Turtle Graham, for sharing that thought. Red says, would you sell Glow 1? Because Red is looking. I would sell Glow 1. I would sell. That was my plan when I bought Glowmobile 2 to sell Glowmobile 1. But Glowmobile 2, the light came on that it needs brake pads and an oil change. And I don't have the time right now to do that. So I'm not going to drive it around with it needing that. I've got to make an appointment and bring it in. So I'm driving Glowmobile 1 until I can get that appointment and bring it in. So as I was driving it, I was like, oh my gosh, I just love this van. I love my Glowmobile 1. But anyhow, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Unspecified V says straight talk to motivate you. Hmm. That's a cool title. The only thing is sometimes I don't necessarily want to motivate people. Sometimes I just want to talk about things that are on my mind or on my heart. So that might make people think they're going to listen to something to get motivated, and they might not. And then they think, oh, you're false advertising. Jill Wiggins says, I saw your first video when Glow Van was built. I followed you since. Oh, Jill, you're an OG, original Globie. Wow. Well, Keeping Up with Colorado says, can we get a copy of the chat so we can check out the channels in here? A copy of the chat. I don't know how you do that. But here's what we'll do. Everyone in here who is a content creator, would you put a C? Please put a C so everyone here, we can look down and see who you are. Get your phone out. Get your phone out, and I'm old school. I can't do anything modern. Get your phone out and just take screenshots of the different channels. But put a C so we know you're a content creator and we can go over and check you out. So everyone can go over. Keeping up with Colorado. I did a video heart to heart with Colorado. It was received well. Cool. Very cool. Okay. Okay. Uh, Unspecified V says, I compromise. Yes, V, you're good at that, apparently. Um, Arcada 2001 says, leave it at straight talk from the heart. I think I'm going to do that. Kenneth Bailey says, true inspiration. I'm happy to hear that. Kathleen Klein says, just don't become a vehicle hoarder like some. Sell what you don't drive. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I really don't. Because number one, actually, I have a lot of money tied up in these vans. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how much, but a lot tied up. And I'm not at an income level or financial level where I can just have that kind of money sitting in a vehicle. Not, yeah, I can't afford that. So I do have to make some kind of decision here. So Amy, hiker, could you come back around and say, see, I missed that. Keeping up with Colorado. If I don't name your name, please come back. Keeping up with Colorado is a content creator. Patty Southern Kitchen and More, Outdoor Dash Travel, Ron Sees America, Paul and Teresa Lowe, Mo Bang for your bucks. Mo Bang says you can go back and watch the chat again. That is true. Topi says it should be in the chat when Miss Carol posts it. That's right, it will be. Keeping Up with Colorado says great idea to screenshot chat. If you don't want to go back and watch the whole thing, you know. Berlinda Allen says, I'm not, but would like to start a channel about living in Mexico. I have to study about that. Berlinda, hit me up when you get ready to do that, because everyone in here knows, most people know, I love helping. I love helping people start YouTube channels. If more people knew, I think it's a hidden secret, the benefits of having a YouTube channel, financial and otherwise. Making friends, meeting people, amazing, amazing people that I would not have met otherwise. And there are some financial benefits too. Sage says, I copied the Sea Peeps. Okay. More Sea Peeps. Joy Rout is a creator. Redheaded Riding Hood is a creator. Could my moderators, my motivators, you are my motivators too, but could my moderators drop your own links, please? And I have a couple other people I want to make as moderators on here. But next week, I'm going to add some people as moderators. I'm going to add Kenneth Bailey as a moderator. I'm going to add a couple of other people as moderators. So, but I have to do it with my phone because I don't know how to do it on the computer. But I'll do it next week. Um, uh, Ann Holland is saying hi to Red. Hello, Ann. Just C cubed, just subscribe to this channel. Cool, very cool. C cubed. Okay. Ron Sees America saying thank you to V. Frederina Tyne says, hello, beautiful. I can use your help. Hit me up at gloriouslifeonwheels@gmail.com. I am still, I know a lot of you are saying, well, what the heck ever happened to the Glow Academy? It is coming, but I got so distracted with this Financial Fridays, and I felt this was really a big need to do this series. So I don't know when it's going to be finished, but when it is finished, I will get back to working on Glow Academy. Um, Nor Nor 2001, which is my good friend. I said Nora 2001. It's that's Arcuda 2001. It says no channel, but I'm Nora Cag on Instagram. And go over and check Nora at Nora Cag on Instagram. She has the most beautiful, amazing, just breathtaking artwork over there. She's just so talented. Um, Sage says, I'm going to have a YouTube channel. I hope so. I hope so. Kathleen Klein says, no channel, no social media. I'm free. It is a free. There is a certain, you do have restrictions, I have to say, when you have a YouTube channel, because you're constantly working. I used to be able to just drive down the street like a normal person and just drive from one point to another, and get to my destination. Now I'm always seeing things that I want to stop and talk to people, or I'll see a person with a really cool rig and I want to stop. I mean, and even poor Jessica, she go, we were at the Dollar Tree the other day, and there was this little tiny Ford Transit, and I walked around it. You could see it was all built up inside, and I thought, oh, this is so cool. And Jessica was like, look, mommy, you got to talk to that person. I was like, I do. So I went into Dollar Tree. I'm looking around trying to see now who looks like that might be their van. Well, before I could get it, Jessica comes running into the store saying, Mommy, she just drove off. I talked to her. I tried to tell her that my mommy is Glow and she wants to talk to her, but she drove off, Mom. So you do become a bit of a maniac when you have a YouTube channel, or at least I have become a bit of a maniac because I'm always looking for great content because I don't want to just put junk up. I want stuff that I'm not, I've heard someone say that YouTubers do one of three things. You either educate, inform, or entertain. And I'm not like a funny person. I'm not like a amusing, funny kind of person. I'm not a witty person. So that knocks me down to the other two, educate or inform. So I like to provide content that has value and that is information that can be used. So Ron sees America says is smiling at Cat. El Mary Dixon says, I listen to you all the time. I really, thank you. Thank you. Um, Turtlegram says, yes, very weird. You should see my practice videos. Oh my goodness, they're a hot mess. You should see mine. You should see mine. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Berlinda Allen says, I no longer go on my Facebook page. I'm done. Yeah, I can't ever hardly figure out how to get on Facebook. And then when another YouTuber's Facebook page was hacked, and I'm like, that's a little scary to me. Um, Joy Rout says, YouTube is a job. It is a job. Anyone that tells you YouTube is not a job has never had a YouTube channel, or they've never had a YouTube channel that they were serious about putting good content on. Unspecified V says good on gas. I'm not sure what that is, but Mo Bang says, Nora, I thought you want to post the link on YouTube. I don't know. Stitch and Nomad says, see, channel still starting out, but lots of trips to come. Yes, and Stitch and Nomad, go over and check out Stitch and Nomad. And Stitch and Nomad, Sadina, when you come back out to the West Coast, I want to get together with you and do some things. And I want to see your truck. And also, Stitch and Nomad, please, please, please reach out to Home on Wheels Alliance and apply for them to for the next Bring Your Own vehicle build, because they're going to be back in Pahrump, I believe, in October, and they're going to have a fall build. So anyone who needs some things done to your vehicle, van, RV, SUV, whatever, um, apply. How was going to do probably another maybe dozen vehicles. So please, Stitch and Nomad, Sadina, do and go over and check out Stitch and Nomad. Her and her 4-year-old daughter, just adorable, and they did 100,000 miles in 2 years. Do you believe that? Just a great little family. Um, Stitch and Nomad says definitely. I'll be in touch soon. Good. And I have some sponsors who want to give me some products, Stitch and Nomad. So I'd be happy to pass them on to you because I don't need all that stuff. Um, Verlinda said Stitch and Nomad. Yes. Oh, thank you. Mo Bang dropped Stitch and Nomad's um, link. Thank you so much. Judy says, I just arrived at my son's house and it's 98 degrees, hot as fish grease. Oh my gosh, 98 degrees. Oh my goodness. Boondock says, I watch your content so absolutely feel so blessed that you are down to earth, compassionate act. Thank you, Boon. Thank you very much. I was trying to read fast. I'm not too far from a small little city airport here, so we've got airplanes landing and all the time. Keeping up with Colorado says, when should someone start with lives and giveaways? Well, I think you should start with lives right away. I didn't start with lives. I started my channel in February. I don't think I did my first live till maybe 8 months later. I don't recommend that. This is not a case of, this is a case of what do they say? Do as I say, not as I do. But I think start lives right away because you want to start building your community. As you see, we have just the most fabulous, I think the best community on YouTube. Of course, I'm biased and I admit that, but I do believe the most caring, loving, generous, kind people on YouTube are right here today. But I would start lives right away. Giveaways, don't worry about giveaways. Start earnings, get monetized, make some money first before you do giveaways. People aren't coming, the people who are only coming for giveaways, they're not going to stick around. You want the people who are coming because they like you, they like your content, they're kindred spirits. So I would say start right away. And one thing I would suggest you do, have some people come on your lives with you. It gives a little bit of diversity, it gives a little bit of changing things up a little bit. And it's interesting. It's interesting to hear different perspectives. And I would say maybe have a topic, have a specific topic that you're going to talk about on a live. Those are just a few of the suggestions I would make. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but that's what I would start off with on your lives, you know. And now, speaking of lives, next Saturday, I'm hoping, I'm not guaranteeing, but I am hoping that I am going to be at a very special place next Saturday and be able to share it with you. So we will see. And if, excuse me again, if I am, you'll see. But I'm hoping I'll be at a special place that's going to be part of this series on on exit plans. Hello.
You have matching hats for your umbrella.
Oh,
Did you know that?
I didn't.
It's incredible. I mean, this would be a great picture to advertise the library.
Okay.
Have a good weekend.
You too. This lady just said I have a matching hat to the umbrella that's over the table that I'm sitting at the library. She said the library should take a picture and advertise this. Oh, I tell you, I love this library. I just love it. The outdoor space. Maybe I'll do another live, but I'll do it outdoors next time, where and they have a gazebo. Do you believe that? And anyhow, but next week I'm hoping, and I'm thinking next Saturday I'm going to air a an interview I did with a homeless couple, and but for the grace of God for all of us. And they share some things, like, I mean, we all kind of in our mind think, yeah, it would be horrible to be living on the streets, and we kind of think, the possibility of being a victim or having other things happen, or we have all these, being cold at night. But they shared some things that are difficult that you would never even think of, just little things that you can't do because you live on the streets. So I'm going to share their stories. I had hoped to be able to do some follow up with them, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be possible. But I'm going to share their story. And also, they needed a tent. So I was fortunate enough and blessed enough to be able to provide a tent for them. But I think it's going to be interesting. So tune in next Saturday to that interview with the homeless. And then Friday, of course, I will be having the last of the RV parks as part of the exit plan series. And then I'm going to be doing some other things as possible exit plans. But anyhow, I'm going to, oh my goodness, do you believe it's 4:20? Holy moly. Hey, Fee, I am, Fee has, I think, one of the best exit plans out there, and she is an example to so many. But Stitch and Nomad says, can't wait for your future videos. Well, we're going to have to do a video together, Stitch and Nomad. I can't wait till you get out to the West Coast, and we're going to do a video together. Martin says, some companies rent out vans for the weekend for a week. Maybe you could rent it. Yeah, the only problem is with insurance, and would my insurance cover me, if they got into an accident or anything? I don't really want it. That's a plan, and you could make a lot of money, I hear, doing that. But it would take a lot of coordination on my part and a lot of time, and that would be time that would be taken away from my channel and also from um, taking care of things for Jessica. So I think it would be too time consuming, honestly, to do, but it's a great plan for someone who doesn't have other responsibilities. Stella Scott says, I wish I lived closer to California. Well, oh, speaking of closer to California, I'm still working on trying to get together a meetup in July. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to find, Janice, you need to come down and we need to go looking, and Tim, you need to go out and find me a place to do my meetup. I delegate you as official meetup location spot locators, because I'm going to go over to Palomar Mount um, State Park. Uh, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. No, can't do it tomorrow. I don't do business on Sundays, but maybe Monday. I'll go. I'm trying to find a right location. I love Dixon Lake, but they can't do campfires there. But you know what? If push comes to a shove, I may have to do it at Dixon Lake, but they're booking up really fast, so I may not be able to even get in there. But so tentatively, if I can find a location, the meetup is still on, but I don't want it someplace that's so expensive that people can't afford to come, you know? And Dixon Lake is $30 per night. And if we do a 3 night, that's $90. And everyone can't necessarily afford that. I like doing things that everyone can afford. That's why I liked having my last meetup on BLM land. But I'm thinking too of maybe just renting out the entire group area and um, and paying it and maybe let people pay for half of their lot and I'll pay the other half. I don't know. I'm doing all these thoughts in my mind, but but hopefully within the next couple of weeks, if it's going to occur, I will be able to tell you the location and we'll go from there. So much going on. So much going on. Oh my goodness, I don't know. But it's exciting and it's fun. So God's Girl says, I'm going to Palomar Park State next weekend. Maybe I'll be like a little tag along parasite and, and tag along Stephanie. Uh, who's Oh, who was that said? I just watched Bob Wells on Home Alliance on the Bring Your Own Vehicle. Oh, good. I'm glad you saw that. Keeping Up with Colorado says, I pray I get to go to your next meetup. I pray you get to, I hope everyone in here gets to go. I'd love to personally meet every single one of you that I haven't already met rather. Redheaded Riding Hood said, I saw a cabin at Palomar Mountain for sale. It was old but very cute and small. But how much land was on it? How much land was on it and how much did it cost? And some of the property in different areas are on like a land trust and you have to lease it. And I don't know if that's the case in Palomar Mount, but we'll see. I there's an area I just absolutely love. It's up near Yosemite. So I'm looking in that area too. Just I'm looking everywhere. Jill Wiggins says, you don't need any extra stress. We need you healthy. Thank you for all you do. Thank you. Josie Z says, thank you. Thanks for the link to Stitch and Nomad, Mobang. Yes, thanks, Mobang. I have great moderators. Did my moderators drop their links? I didn't see that they did. Come around. Fee says, great chatting to all of you. Blessed weekend. Thank you, Fee. And I'm going to be closing out because this has gone way over our time. But, um, Graham, oh, hey, Graham Whitaker, you and your bride. Oh, my goodness. Adele, nowhere near the coast. You would be amazed at how cheap land can be. I'm hoping to find some of that cheap land. Mo Bang says, Nor, I am my own boss. I take time off when I need to go somewhere. Yeah, well, take some time off and find me a place for my meetup, Tim. Jean Marie says, Lake Isabella. Yes, hop, skip, and jump from Tehachapi. We also have pretty Tehachapi Mountain Park camp area. I will check that out, Jean. I will check that out. Thank you for that tip. How hot is it? Is it going to be pretty hot there? I can't imagine. Well, it's the summer, so it's going to be hot almost everywhere. Kenneth said, you are our eternal friend. I still can't wait to see you as tour guide. Yes, I hope to be a tour guide for a lot of great. I have some older videos that I did with me and Jessica traveling around in the van, and I'm going to start airing, I think, some of those because I was going through them. I was just going to erase them and delete them and get rid of them. I thought, these are some interesting places that we want. We need to share this. And they got kind of older. They're several months old, and I thought, well, no one wants to see these now. But you know what? I think I'm going to share them. Have a great weekend everywhere. And says C. Rosewell. Everyone, have a great weekend. I am signing out now. I tried to sign out last week. Apparently, I couldn't get signed out. You guys are continuing to chat because I didn't know how to sign out right. So I'm going to try this time to sign out. Mo Banks says, obviously, Carol didn't see my suggestion, Lake Isabella. Okay, Lake Isabella. I didn't see it, but I saw it when it came around again. Love you all. Have a great weekend and stay safe. Thank you, Lisa from Outdoor Dash Travels. All right. Boondock says, thank you for going live. It's always so nice getting to chat with you and everyone else in the community. I learn something every time. Have a great, stellar evening. Thank you, everyone. Who is this? I said, I'm so sorry, Donna T. Praying for you. Donna T. Before, okay, I can't close without finding out what this is. Donna T., what's going on and why is Red praying for you? Okay, Donna T, come back on. Let me know so that I can find out so I can put you on my prayer list too. Donna T says, think so. Donna T, is there a problem that we need to collectively as a Globee family pray for? If there is, Donna T, let me know briefly. If you can't on this or you don't want on this, hit me up on my email at gloriouslifeonwheels@gmail.com. That's gloriouslifeonwheels@gmail.com. Let me just put that up here real quick. Um, uh, Here, I'm going to. Okay. So, Donna T, hit me up there if you need to. All right. I am going back to the. All right. All right. I don't see anything from Donna T. So, Donna, just hit me up. Dora says, would love to meet you someday. I would love to meet you too, Dora. I'd love to meet. Oh, Red says, she said, I have a hate campaign against me by my neighbors. Oh my goodness. It's a long story, but I've never done anything to cause this, and I hope to get out of here. Donna, we'll be praying for you. Can everyone just hold Donna up in prayer and be praying that whatever these neighbors are doing is blocked? We're going to be just praying that they're stopped, they're blocked, and that you're able to get out and get into a better and toxic free environment. So I'll be holding you up in prayer this week, Donna. All right, everyone. Love you. May your journey be filled, journeys, all of you, be filled with joy and blessings. And I will see you next week. And I'm going to try and get out of this broadcast. We'll see if I can do it successfully this time. See you guys later. Bye bye.